Hello and welcome to the Daily Forex Report for May 2nd. We are looking at the US Japanese yen pair. This pair closed higher, had a very tall range as far as moving higher, pulled back significantly prior to the close. Look for this pair to potentially go as high as 80.92, possibly as low as 79.72. Look for some resistance around 80.60 and look for some support around 79.62. Now the Euro USD pair, this pair surged to the downside. We are looking for it to potentially go as high on a reversal up to 132.97, possibly as low as 130.34. Look for some resistance around 132.05 and look for some support around 131.19. Now the pound US dollar pair, it closed down for the third day in a row, pulling back from its surge to the upside. We'll have to see if it'll swing on around and move higher from here. Look for it to potentially go as high as 162.93, possibly as low as 161.07. Look for some resistance around 162.50 and look for some support around 161.50. Now the US Swiss, it moved to the upside. Look for it to potentially go as high as 0.9197, possibly as low as 0.9030. Look for some resistance around 0.9150 and look for some support around 0.9100. Now, as far as news announcements go tomorrow, we have at 5 a.m. Eastern the Eurozone Producer Price Index being released for March. Consensus on that is that it's dropped from 3.6% down to 3.4%. Then at 7:45 a.m. Eastern, we have the European Central Bank rate decision for May. Consensus on that one's that they're going to hold rates at 1%. So probably have some light volume until that news actually comes out. Then a little bit later at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we have the Australian Reserve Bank releasing their statement of monetary policy. However, since the numbers have already been released, most likely it won't have that much of an effect on the actual outcome due to that. Now, as far as trades going into this next session, we have the US Japanese yen pair that has created a swing trade opportunity. Interestingly enough, it goes right into a trend line to the downside. This would be definitely going against the grain. But if we get a move to the upside, we would potentially gain about 45 pips there. However, we are a good 55 pips from it. Volume has been somewhat light due to the fact that the European Central Bank is going to make a rate decision. It probably won't get quite that high, but that is definitely one to look at. Long term, the Euro USD has come down and hit an additional trend line. If you back way out, we have a point here, one here, and one here. Definitely getting close to breaking. We want to close below it, though, to actually go short. Now, the pound US dollar pair has closed down 3 days in a row. I'd like to see a swing back around, close higher before looking for it to return to this trend to the upside. And now, last, we have the US Swiss. Here again, we have the European Central Bank rate decision tomorrow, so I expect a lighter volume than normal, at least until that news comes out. Possibly afterwards, it could go through the roof, depending on what they say. But nonetheless, should see some lighter volume, good for counter trend on the lower time frames if you're so inclined. Well, that wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.